Starting with the presentation. So, hello, hi everyone. My name is Faiza Raza. My sister's name is Rabia Raza, my co-author. And the topic of the presentation is Nexus between information, communication, and technology, education, and unemployment in selected Asian countries. Um, okay, the introduction. Since we have taken so many variables, so one by one I will go with them. So ICT impact on as we can see that ICT's impact remains understudied in Asian economies, despite in pervasive influence with conflicted views on its effect on employment. So education, we all know, plays a vital role in improving labor market outcomes and adopting to technological changes. And the next variable which we have taken is like financial inclusion, which is basically facilitated by ICT, is essential for economic growth and poverty reduction in Asian economies. So unemployment poses a significant challenge to economic growth, with efforts focused on education and investment. So the relationship between inflation and unemployment dynamics is historically recognized, but it is complex. So addressing various factors and talking about like all of these variables, including technological progress, education, inflation, and financial inclusion. This is basically crucial for sustainable employment and economic growth in Asia. So that's why we have selected this topic to study. So the objective of the study will be investigate the role of education, ICT, foreign direct investment, then economic growth and inflation in reducing unemployment. Research questions will be how does secondary school enrollment reduce unemployment in Asian economies? Then what is the impact of information communication and technology on unemployment rate in Asian economies? Then how does foreign direct investment provide more chances for a reduction in unemployment in selected Asian countries? Then what is the influence of economic growth on unemployment levels in selected Asian economies? And how does inflation reduce unemployment in selected Asian nations? Pretty much like research questions. Okay, so starting with literature review, so we have conducted some literature review, and this is categorized by I have categorized this literature review according to the variables. So if we talk about relationship between innovation, ICT adoption, and employment, so talking with the research of Brower et al. And Machin et al. Found that advanced innovation negatively affected employment in Dutch manufacturing industries, while also observing a similar negative influence of ICT adoption on employment. This suggests that technological advancements may lead to job displacement in certain sectors. Talking about role of financial inclusion, FDI, and education in unemployment dynamics. So the studies by Nunez and Levinos in 2010 and Levronica in 2015 and Mugo highlighted that the importance of factors such as financial inclusion, foreign direct investment, and education in reducing unemployment rates. These findings indicate that policies promoting access to finance, attracting FDI, and enhancing education can contribute to employment creation. So, talking about impact of economic growth and inflation on employment. So, Jalibov et al. Demonstrated that inflation reduced unemployment rates in Nigeria, suggesting a potential inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. Additionally, Kim emphasized the role of finance in reducing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, so emphasize the role of finance in reducing unemployment, particularly in the context of increasing market orientation, and mixed findings on the relationship between ICT adoption and unemployment have been found. Such as Brower and Machin suggest a negative impact on of ICT adoption on employment. Then Postula focused on ICT development in EU countries and related increased unemployment rates. This indicates that the relationship between ICT adoption and unemployment may vary depending on the specific context and policies in place. So, talking about the hypothesis of our research, so how we developed hypothesis. So, first, two hypotheses, like hypothesis one, which is there is a positive relationship between secondary school enrollment and the unemployment rates, has been taken from the study of Lee and Park, which is published in 2023. And then the second hypothesis was taken from higher secondary school enrollment leads to lower unemployment rates, which is from Kim. Then foreign direct investment and unemployment rates, which was suggested by Sharma and Kumar and Park and Lee. So our hypothesis was there is a negative relationship between foreign direct investment and the unemployment rate. Then economic growth and unemployment rates, which was the hypothesis suggested by Zhu and Zhang and Li et al. We have created a hypothesis like higher economic growth leads to lower unemployment rates. And the last hypothesis is like there is a positive association between inflation and unemployment rate, which was suggested by Zhang and Wang and Zhu and Zhang in 2023. So, talking about methodology, research gap. So, the current literature on unemployment dynamics in Asian countries lacks comprehensive integrating ICT, education, FDI, economic growth, and inflation. Individual factors have been explored, but there is a notable gap in his holistic analysis tailored to Asian economies' unique challenges. Then this research aims to fill this gap by examining the multifaceted factors influencing unemployment in Asian countries by exploring the interconnections between ICT, education, FDI, and economic growth and inflation. So the study seeks to offer a nuanced understanding of unemployment dynamics, which is a very crucial topic as I can see, most of the Asian countries which I've taken are still developing. It's not in you cannot say underdeveloped, but yeah, they are developing countries. So there is a huge problem of unemployment. So I have taken this study just to make interconnections that what are the problems, what are the factors which are creating unemployment in these countries. So then previous research has mainly focused on developed economies, okay, leaving a significant gap in understanding unemployment dynamics specific to Asian contexts. So talking about research methodology, data and variables, we have used 9 years of data from 10 Asian countries, which are Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Iran, Jordan, and China from 2010 to 2018. Variables include secondary school enrollment, ICT index, FDI, economic growth, inflation, and unemployment rate. Data on these dependent and independent variables has been drawn from World Development Indicators website, and method we use GMM technique to address endogeneity issues and country-specific heterogeneities. So the model specification. So this is the model you can see, which includes dependent and independent variables. So where I shows the certain specific countries, which are 1 to 10 for selected Asian countries. However, T indicates time specification. NEMPI T shows the unemployment rate, then ICT, IN, IT is the Information Communication and Technology Index, which is fixed telephone subscriptions per 100 people, plus mobile cellular subscriptions per 100 people. Then LGD, PPCIT shows GDP growth per capita, and SSEN indicates secondary school enrollment. FDI and IT demonstrates FDI direct, like foreign direct investment percentage of GDP. And then CPI IT is shown as the consumer price index in these economies. So Talking about results and findings, so the descriptive statistics are, as you can see, very large. Differences were observed in variables across selected Asian countries. So then talking about the empirical estimations. So
the GMM analysis reveals several key factors influencing unemployment rates in Asian countries. Lagged unemployment shows a positive and significant coefficient, indicating a 1-year lag's effect on unemployment. However, a 2-year lag in unemployment lacks significance. ICT have a significant impact on reducing unemployment. Education, particularly secondary school enrollment, plays a notable role in unemployment reduction. Foreign direct investment attracts job opportunities with a 1 unit increase in FDI, resulting in 0.0443 unit decrease in unemployment, contributing to economic growth. Economic growth correlates positively with with the employment. Inflation's impact on unemployment is noteworthy, as indicated by this positive and significant coefficient of the consumer price index. It suggests a trade-off between unemployment and inflation in these economies, consistent with the previous studies.
Okay, so talking about discussions and conclusions, so ICT impact on unemployment shows that our study confirms that a negative correlation between ICT utilization and unemployment rates in selected Asian countries, echoing prior research by Agbona, suggesting the potential of technology-driven solutions in addressing labor market challenges. And role of education, talking about, so higher education levels correlate with lower unemployment rates, highlighting the importance of human capital development in fostering economic growth and labor market participation, as noted by Lebronica and Nunez. So talking about foreign direct investment, so FDI plays a significant role in job creation, with our findings supporting its positive impact on employment levels, consistent with prior research by Mugu and Kilonzo. So inflation impact, our study reveals a nuanced relationship between inflation and unemployment, suggesting that while initial inflation may reduce unemployment, prolonged periods can undermine economic stability and erode job gains, in line with Phillips curve dynamics elucidated by Jalilov. And then talking about financial inclusion in the end, while our study observes a positive association between financial inclusion and reduced unemployment, further research is needed to understand its broader implications in diverse contexts, contrasting with the findings by Sun and Scholar. So talking about limitations, so yes, Rabia.
Yeah. So the constraints of this study are rooted in the limited availability of data, which was gathered solely from certain Asian nations. Notwithstanding this limitation, the discoveries may remain pertinent to the wider Asian context, given that the chosen countries encompass diverse regions with the continent. The calculation of the ICT index based on internet and mobile cellular data mobile cellular subscription data is restricted by the accessibility of such data. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about directions for future research, so despite limitations, the study confirms the positive impact of ICT, education, economic growth, and FDI on reducing unemployment. This justifies future research in this area, acknowledging the complexity of unemployment issue extending beyond technological advancements. Then talking about exploring inflation dynamics. So future research could delve into the role of inflation, considering its apparent decrease in unemployment rates in Asian countries. Empirical investigations into this aspect could provide clarity on the observed phenomena. And talking about economic classification impact, so researchers could assess whether the identified nexus between variables is influenced by the economic classification of countries, distinguishing between high income, middle income, and low income economies. And analysis of specific factors like further studies might explore the individual impact of factors like ICT and institutional quality on unemployment dynamics, providing a more nuanced understanding of their contributions. So these are the references for my these presentation, and thank you so much.